For the 8 people who decided to click this video, thank you and welcome. My name is ZenosSaki and today I'll be giving you my thoughts and opinions on Phantom Breaker Omnia, a 2D anime fighter that recently caught my attention, and I just so happen to have 2 weeks of early access thanks to Rocket Panda Games, and I've been playing a good bit of it. You see, I have a very weird history with Phantom Breaker. I started off playing this series with its spin-off title Phantom Breaker Battlegrounds around the 360 era around 2013, and I enjoyed the hell out of the beat 'em up, and I didn't even know there was a fighting game. I always saw it around the Xbox Live Marketplace, but I didn't have the money at the time to really buy it, so it was just there. Now mind you, the 360 version was the first version of Phantom Breaker. There was Phantom Breaker Another Code, which was only released in arcades, and Phantom Breaker Extra that was only released in Japan. Fast forward to October 2020, the review trailer for this game came out, and I was stoked. They said it was going to release in 2021, and as me and you both know, this game got delayed, and that trailer certainly didn't make things any better.
Lots and lots of fighting!
Yeah, that trailer was not it. And since 2 years have passed by and now that we finally received the game, let's see if all that waiting pays off in this review of Phantom Breaker Omnia.
Phantom Breaker Omnia.
Since Phantom Breaker is a 2D anime fighter, of course you're going to have your 8-button durational layout. You have your 4-button layout of light, medium, heavies, and special attacks. And this game is actually pretty simple. There are no special motion inputs in this game. Every special that you do, it's just another directional button and your special button. This can lead to anti-airs, reversals, or rush attacks, even projectiles. It just varies on the character that you use. There's also an auto combo system in this game for those who are not necessarily good at doing high execution combos. It's there for you. Now mind you, you can break out of that system and do manual combos, and there's even an auto guarding system that makes you guard in a neutral stance. Mind you, you still have to block low if you're trying to avoid getting hit with lows. You have universal overheads, command normals, and even dashing attacks, which I honestly never seen in a 2D anime fighter. And there is the variation system that this game offers, which is your quick style, Omnia Style, and hard style. And these different styles change your character entirely. So for example, quick style focuses more on combos and high speed with the exchange of low health. But the cool thing I like about quick style, that there is a rapid cancel system in this game. I kid you not, and it costs only 50% meter, and it's only exclusive to the quick style. So if you like combos, definitely recommend the quick style. Then there's your hard style. So for those who like hard hitting attacks, strong normals, and high health with the exchange of low speed and less Gatling routes, then this option is most likely going to be for you. Then there's the Omnia Style, which is pretty much a mix of both quick style and hard style, but with the lack of system mechanics in exchange for more simplicity. Now, mind you, you won't have a burst option or overdrive, you know, the cooler mechanics that both hard style and quick style uses, but you will have 400% meter, which is pretty much 4 bars of meter, which is double the amount of meter that you will have for both hard and quick style. And I would like to remind you guys, these styles not only change the amount of meter that you gain, the system mechanics that you will have, but it'll also change your movement, your Gatling routes, your combo structure, your overall game plan, and even, again, like I say, some of the system mechanics. For example, there is a system mechanic in this game called Overdrive. That's a temporary buff that costs 100 meter that depends if you use either hard style or quick style, can greatly change how the buff functions. For example, with quick style, it's called clock up. It drastically increases the speed of your character for that set amount of time. Or if you use hard style, you get temporary super armor. You can only use overdrive with quick style and hard style only. Now, there's also a reflection system in this game, which if you time a certain attack on time, you can parry that attack and gain an advantage on your opponent. This can be either just basic normals or even projectiles, and I'm telling you, it is super sick. There's even another evasive option to where you can even dodge projectiles or even absorb projectiles or oncoming attacks, depending on, again, what style you use. And in exchange of that, your guard gauge will decrease and you have a chance of getting a guard break, or hell, even get stunned if you took a whole bunch of consecutive hits. And these are the mechanics that I genuinely liked about the game. I like the whole concept of the variation system with the 3 different styles, and I also like some of the offensive and defensive mechanics. Mind you, these are all the positive things I like about the gameplay side of Phantom Breaker Omnia. Now I have to talk about my least favorite mechanic in this game that I've been playing so far. It's the tension gauge. Oh my goodness, this mechanic is not it. If you guys remember Danger Time from Guilty Gear Xrd, imagine that, but it's a meter system. And instead of it only being active once a game, in Phantom Breaker, it can happen in several instances. Long as the meter is filled up to its max, it can activate and it gives you a major buff. You will have increased meter and you will deal a ton of damage. Oh, and pray to God you don't get hit by a counter hit into a super or even an EX super or a raw super, because you'll be dealing either 50% to a 75% damage. And I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna get robbed. It's gonna be some robbery in this game. And I'm telling you, it's really Kusoge. And in some aspects, I can see it being fun for people who playing casually, but from a competitive side of things, I can see a lot of players not being fond of this mechanic. But outside of the gameplay, what does this game really have to offer in terms of modes? You have a story mode that is fully voice acted in both English and Japanese, and it is set up more like a visual novel, and you can choose between a list of characters, and hell, you can even get certain endings depending on what character you choose, both good and bad endings, which I'm not going to spoil, but there's even a secret ending that leads to the spin-off game, which I find to be pretty cool. There's also a training mode in this game if you want to get your hands dirty and learn some of the base mechanics of the game, or you want to just lab some combos out or lab certain matchups. But for some really strange reason, this is the only fighting game that I've played that does not have a command list in the options menu. In order for you to access the command list, you have to go to the options menu in the main menu, and then go to game manual, and then look at your character's move list. I get that they're simple, but why not have that in the options menu in the training mode? Or have it in the pause menu? I don't understand that. It is so weird. Don't even get me started on the button layout issue that is specifically on the PC version of the game. If you're using a PS4 or PS5 controller, I have to go to the big screen mode on Steam, go to my controller settings, and use the generic gamepad configurations instead of the PlayStation ones. And for some reason, you cannot access the button layouts through the character select. You have to literally go to the main menu and to the options in order to access your button layout. And also, there is no spectate lobby for the online modes. Of course, you have your player matches and then your rank, but there is no spectate lobbies. So if you are hosting any tournaments, any events, good luck. You're gonna probably have to either use Parsec or PlayStation SharePlay, and neither of those options are necessarily the best, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And honestly, I wish you guys the best of luck on that. And I was able to get some online matches on both the PC and the PS4 version of the game with certain content creators. And for some reason, I've been having a lot of issues with the PS4 player matchmaking, to the point where we try making a room and it just crashes my game entirely. And yes, I did test the connection for this game on both my PS4 and my PC, and I used both Wi-Fi and Ethernet just to test out the netcode for this game. Yes, it's delay-based netcode, and yes, it is still shit. Even with 2 stable connections, it's still gonna feel like you're playing underwater, and it sucks. And one of the oddest things about this game, not the netcode, not the gameplay, it's the fact that this game has 2D sprites and 3D models, and the animations for both the 2D sprites and the 3D models are janky as fuck. It's actually worse with the 3D models. I understand that this game is a indie game. I completely understand. Making sprites in fighting games, or sprites in general, are normally expensive. That's why you see a lot of developers making 3D models, and I feel like it just doesn't work for this game. Overall, I have very mixed feelings towards Phantom Breaker Omnia as a fighting game. There are things that I genuinely liked about the game that I think that are pretty cool, and there are also issues in this game I feel like they need to really be reworked or just really just go back to the drawing board entirely. And I can see if Phantom Breaker fans like this game, or some people who never really play fighting games or just want to play just a fun game to play with friends, I can see why they want to choose to play Phantom Breaker. But in my eyes, I can see some potential in this game, but there are a lot of hurdles and challenges that this game is going to have to overcome. And this community is going to really have to go crazy and push this game to its full potential. With that said, I'm going to be giving Phantom Breaker Omnia a 6 out of 10. And thank you for taking the time to hear me out and listen to my opinions on Phantom Breaker Omnia. I also like to give a shout out to Edosaiyan, Avataryaya, ShinJay, and YungFalcon for assisting me with this review. And I hope you all have a great day. Take it easy, stay safe, and remember to be great.